Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode here on our single player world. Today, excuse the noise if there's a noise in the background, there's a dumb bird that just won't go away and I can't do anything about that. So if you guys hear it, ignore it. I'm hoping you won't, but it's just chirping and it's getting really annoying. At first I was like, oh that's quite nice little bird sound, but then, bam, bird gets annoying. Alright, so stuff has happened in between the last episode and this episode, obviously. You can have a look at this, look at all the stuff that I've been doing. I've just been messing around with a bit of messy terrain, and I think it's actually, like, I mean, these are all things part of the learning curve that I'm trying to figure out here. Now, I've used quite a bit of this path block under trees and stuff to make it look as if the trees have kind of worn the ground away, and I think that's actually quite cool, the way it's come out there. And also, on these corners, I think it looks really cool to break up the straight edge along these places. You can see we haven't done anything there, but there, it's a little bit messy, but I kind of like it. So what we left off last episode, I think we had just that area there. I'm pretty sure we didn't have these trees and these bushes and this tree here and these bushes and all this stuff here. And that's just stuff I've been doing, just relaxing, doing a bit of terraforming and stuff around here. Doing a few trees and things like that, because I had a bit of time over the weekend where I could do this, and I decided I'll do this. So we'll just add in a few of these. And by the way, remember, I think I said it a few episodes ago where I was like, birch leaves, what do they have a use for? They actually have ended up being really useful, because have a look here. For instance, you see this is all oak. Just add a little bit of birch. It doesn't really mess up too much, but you can see that there's something different happening in there, and it's not all the same color like that. Look at that. It looks a lot better with the little color variants. Now, what we are doing today is we're going to be getting up to two things. First thing will be redstone related, because you guys know I do enjoy some redstoning every now and then, and I don't do a lot of it, so it'll be kind of cool to get a little bit of it done and enjoy a little bit of a problem that we're gonna solve. And really, let me tell you, this has got absolutely no relevance to anything, but we're gonna do it for that reason. That's really got no practical purpose. But you know what? Okay, cool. That was quite convenient because we're about to clear this area out. Okay, well, it's also kind of annoying because we need to dig up to that block there away, I think. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, what I was saying. With redstone, a lot of you guys, obviously a lot of you guys tend to like building. You guys tend to watch my stuff. That's what we do a lot of, and I do love building. I love building. It's fun now. You guys know, I did the series to learn to build, and we are definitely doing alright with building. But what I was going to say is, with our redstone and stuff like that, I must admit, I really enjoy doing redstone stuff. I might not be the best at it, but I enjoy having a problem and you have to solve it with some of the mechanics in the game. And sometimes cheaty ways, like, well, not cheaty, but sneaky ways that maybe weren't originally intended, or anything like that. So that's what I like to do. Now, with a redstone problem like this, what we are doing is, we have got those 4 doors, right? And what I decided would be fun is to have one of those doors open at a time with redstone. And what we can do with that, we've got one of 3 things we can pretty much do with that. The first thing is we can make a button switch around so we have one door open at a time. And we'll have a way of controlling that, which I've got a few different ways we could go around with that. By the way, it's also about to rain here. So if you guys hear lightning or thunder, yeah, that's what it is. I just saw some lightning outside. Pretty crazy day to be recording. It's weird. I've never had these 2 issues of birds and rain, let alone together. Actually, I've had birds as a problem. There we go. I don't know if that came through on the microphone. But yes, what I was saying is I enjoy just working out the problems, and we've got the problem of, first of all, having either the whole thing. We can make it a completely manual thing where we push a button, it changes door, changes door, changes door. We can also go with what I originally thought was a good idea, which is getting an item frame that we can turn around and having that change for us. So I'll explain how that works, but we'll get to that. Oh man. Okay, I've dropped the wrong stuff. There we go. Do this before we forget. There. And now we can have a look at. I thought we were on the right level. Let's have a look. Okay, no, definitely not on the right level. We'll have to go take that stuff out there. What we're looking for right now is a bit of wood. Okay, maybe we have to go one more level up. Yep. Not that high. Okay, actually, quickly close that up, because else we're going to get cows falling through here. Cool. Alright, so that should be the right level there at least. You can get rid of this. Look at that. You can see that that's actually what we need. Just those 4 places there need to be open. So we've got wood there. We've got wood over here. And then we should have another 2 over there. Or maybe a little bit more. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a bit of redstone stuff together. And I'll come back and I'll try to solve this problem with you guys. Because, as I say, a lot of you guys don't tend to... I've got a lot of comments of people saying that they're not too familiar with redstone. And maybe I can... Like, I mean, I'm not a redstone master or anything like that. But I've got some pretty cool ways of logical ways of solving things. And hopefully I can get you on a path to help you do a little bit easier redstone, I guess. Alright guys, so what I was saying about making things a little bit simpler, maybe this will help you guys. I'm sure it's quite obvious to a lot of you, but this is the way I like to tackle things, and I'm sure a lot of people will tackle things. Have a look at what I've done here. I've just set up a basic means of opening and closing those fence gates. So every time the fence gate is powered with redstone, which is above those blocks there, so those blocks are the full spruce blocks below those. Every time that is powered, the fence gate will open. So currently, all of these are unpowered. You can see that torch there. All of them are not powered. But these torches underneath are powered. Obviously, if you guys know a bit of redstone, that's why that's happened. So what we are going to do, and if you guys don't know that, I'd recommend you go watch some redstone videos and at least work out what's going on there. Because the next bit's probably a little bit more complicated than what that is. So what I'm going to be doing now is I am going to be getting a means of getting each and every one of these. So I'm building this in little redstone modules, if you get what I mean. So we've got our modules to switch on each of these gates. We've got the ability to do that, but we haven't plugged them into anything yet. Now the next thing I'm doing is I'm working out a way, which is actually going to fit in here damn perfectly, a way of getting items to go around whenever we power them. So have a look here. We've got some droppers. Now droppers, don't ever confuse droppers with dispensers. They are very different things. They both might be similar if you're not too familiar with them, but they do very different jobs. So what we're going to do is we're going to just put a big ring of power here, like that. So redstone can be powered there. And the reason we are not having 2 droppers next to each other is because once we power one, it generally powers a few others, and the item might end up dropping around a few things, because we're going to be passing an item around here. So I'll explain to you what is happening. We'll maybe put in an item like a potato into this one here. You can see we've got a potato there. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to power this over here. So we'll put a little bit of redstone power in there. And we should see when this potato goes, it should go into this dropper over here. So we'll do this. We've got a potato in that dropper there. Now we should see it hit on into that dropper over there. We'll do that. That dropper over there. You see, so we've got a very simple way of making sure that this potato goes around to different places. You see that? And this is a very simple way of making sure only one gate is open. So now what we can do is we can go head over to our redstone box, get a comparator, do that, do that, do that, and do that. So you can see these are all unpowered, but this one's powered. Now what that means is that this has got the potato in it. Very simple. I'm sure a lot of you guys are keeping up with this. It's not too complicated, but it's something that we can do. And then all we have to do is once we've got this mechanism, we need a mechanism for whether we're going to randomize it, whether we're going to make it a button press thing, whether we're going to make it a matter of twisting a sign around. Who knows? We can do anything like that. So this one over here, good. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to just power a block which can power this block over here, because we need to switch this off to switch that on. So that should be pretty simple. By the way, a little bit of a tip. If you guys are ever doing much redstone, specifically underground in places like this, there's a really good tip would be to make sure that you guys use a different block. So I've been a bit silly. I should have probably placed these over here. But for instance, having this stone block here, when you'll see a lot of people will use a different block to place stuff on. And the reason for that is purely because if you're digging around this area and you come across a, I don't know, something that will, I mean, you come across a block like that, you'll notice that, okay, well, this most probably has a bit of redstone under it. I probably shouldn't touch that block. And your, whatever you've got above it will be safe. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm just going to make sure we can power that block there to actually just do a little bit of an odd torch tower here. But this will work, so we'll do that there. Should see that one's powered. Okay. And I'll just put the rest of these in just like this. It's a bit of a wonky way of doing it, but it should work. And they're in. So we should now have a successful well, hopefully successful, useless redstone feature implemented yet again in our base, which is great. What's the point in having useful things when we can make things like this, which actually have got relatively no significance, but it's fun nonetheless to make them. So this door should be open, you can see there, and those 4 are closed. We've got one there, make sure these are on the right sides, yep. So now what we'll do is we'll go and test our little input. We'll do this, and we should see that one switch on there, good. We'll go up there, now we should see the cow pen, the one with the actual cows in, is open, good. Alright, very simple. We do it again, test it out the next way, make sure, how did I get... That one's connected to nothing and it somehow got grass flick across. That's amazing. So that one, and then we'll go to the very last one, which is right over there. And that should be this one over here. Perfect. Alright, so all of these are working fantastically. And now what we need to do, in fact, I might have just closed it. It's not a big deal. Now what we need to do is we just have to make a little input thing. So what we could do is we could have that button just up here and make it push down, and then every time just click over. Or what we could do is we could have a little bit of a randomizer. So every now and then, one gate opens, one gate closes, and we'll end up having cows, hopefully, in every one of these pens. We can test it out. Let's just see how that works. So I think that might be a bit more fun, having a little bit of a redstone randomizing thing over here. And I'll just do something... Oh, maybe instead of a randomizer, we'll just make a little bit of a clock. So with the clock, it's a very simple thing to do. What we're going to do is we're going to do a... Which clock should we do? Let's just do one of these. I'm not too sure what it's called, but it's one of these ones here. Very simple. We'll do this. Have a comparator out there. We've actually going to make it just on comparators here. Put that into there, that into there. And then we need some of these. Pretty sure. There. And there. Alright. So those should be on there with one of those. Get some more of these. And we will need any item. Any item should be alright. In fact, actually, we're going to be at a loss for a... Actually, no, we can do this. Don't worry, we can do this. So we'll do that. And we will do an item in here. So we need to just power this. Never mind. Okay, now what's happening here is every time there's items flowing across, that's going to switch on. So we can just quickly, let's take that out. So because there's an item in here, now this should actually do nothing putting it in here. Okay, never mind, it won't. Okay, I've mixed this one up. So as soon as we put an item in here, sorry, that'll power this block, which will push it over to there, which will then make the item flow across, which will then power that block, which will make it float over there. So let's put a few in, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. We'll put in, let's do 10 items. So look here, you'll see these items flow through, and as soon as all of these are over here, that doesn't power anymore, and it pushes against there. So these are actually currently both pushing against each other, but the first one takes precedence and will always do that. So we obviously want this timer to be a lot longer. So we could maybe put in 2 stacks of stone there. And what we want is we want every time those 2 stacks finish up, we want them to power this. Now I'm fairly certain this will work to power these. Let's just let's grab these out. No, it won't. Okay, never mind. So what we'll do is instead of that, we'll put a redstone repeater, because what was happening is that was facing in an incorrect direction. So we'll just do this quickly. There we go. Now this should work. So, ooh, where's this being powered from? Okay, I see what's happening here. So here we go, redstone problems, which we can solve quickly. First problem is we have got ourselves the problem of having a signal coming through here without anything to take it. Well, it not breaking itself up. So what we'll do is we'll just do this, and every time a bit of something comes through. Do we have any gravel on us? We should have gravel around here somewhere. Gravel will work for us. Could do this other ways, but we're going to be using gravel. Alright, so every time this signal comes through here, you can see that was a solid signal, right? So let's take out a few of these. It should give us a quick little pulse out that way, and everything should be alright. So we'll do that. And we should see a quick little pulse come through here. Really? Okay, yeah, it's when that's done. Wait for it. Never mind. Alright, so maybe we need some rethinking of this. Should be pretty simple. Should be pretty simple. Maybe I'll just do this the proper way and get myself another comparator and everything should hopefully work. Alright guys, for the sake of getting a bit of decoration stuff done in this episode, we will leave this for the time being. I'm not too sure whether we're going to be putting in a randomizer or anything like that. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do something a bit automatic. I don't know. But we'll leave it for now, as I say, because I want to do a bit of decorating. I don't like doing episodes without a bit of an improvement to the place. And remember what I said. I don't know if actually, I don't even know if I've recorded this, because we've had so many issues in episodes recently with recording that I can't even remember what I have told you guys. But one thing I did mention once was that I wanted to add a few trees every episode, and I've actually done quite a lot of trees in between this episode, which is great. Now, what we wanted to do in decoration, well, in terms of our decorations and stuff, is we wanted to head over to this side over here. I want to just, I want to walk around this way and do a little bit of stuff to get a bit of lighting in this area here. So as we walk down here, and it's actually about to go nighttime, which is perfect. Right, so as we're going down here, you can see that we've got a pretty cool looking garden going on. And what I want to do is create a few little areas at night now where there's a bit of light, but nothing too much. Just something to make this area look a little bit more alive. You'll see what I mean without it. Well, when the sun's gone down. What I need, it should become quite apparent. So what we need to do is we need to hurry up. Actually, put that away, pack all this stuff away. And by the way, I'm absolutely loving these shulker boxes. They are so useful. Like this has made everything that we've done recently that much easier. And not just because it's OP. It's not like, it's not completely overpowered. It's just so much simpler. Where is my glowstone? There's some glowstone. That's not enough. Okay, that should be enough. Good. Alrighty. So what we'll need to do is probably, yeah, we'll take a few birch leaves, a few oak leaves. Is there any more oak? There should be some in here. Good. Alright, so here we go. Now, have a look what I mean. When we come up here, we'll get rid of these. We've got, like, light coming from these, and I really do like that. But what I want is, I don't want this area lit up. Like, I'm happy for mobs to spawn here. Like, I'd prefer they didn't, but I'm happy for them to be spawning here, because this is Minecraft, and that's the way things go. So what I want to do is, underneath each and every one of these, or not each and every one, but underneath a few of these bushes, I want to have a little bit of a light just twinkling out of them. Just very, very slightly. We want to go down maybe, like there, very low. And we'll go down here. Hopefully there's no creepers around. We'll do that, and then we will just place in blocks like that. So I want to see how this goes. Seems a bit too bright for me, so we'll have to go probably down a little bit more. Like, I'm just looking for a little bit of a twinkle. A very, very light coming through there. So we'll do down there. And it's probably not best to do this at night, by the way, but hey. Yep, of course. Cool. Alright. That's actually... Man, I hate these spawns, you know, the, there you go. The, communal zombies or whatever they're called. That when you kill one, the next one comes, the next one comes. It just becomes a pain to do anything at night. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Just a very, very faint glow from these bushes like this. So, not only is that good for the fact that it's got exactly what I wanted, but it's also good for the fact that... What? This is so... Okay. You know what? This is what makes decorating at night a pain in the butt. And then they'll follow you for, like, a distance that they could never see you. Look, like, you can't do anything. That's... Oh, man. So annoying. Alright. I'll sleep the night away and I'll be back, and then we'll have to do these in the day and then come back later on in the night. Okay, so I've done as much as I could in this last day, and we're gonna see how it all turned out. So let's just wait for this. Let's just watch the beautiful sunset. Look at that. Well, that's not too... That's pretty. That's good. Alright. So let's go from up here. Just walk across slowly. And we may as well just eat all that. Cool. Dark enough? I think it is. So this was the first one we did here, and I really like this. As you walk up, look at this. Just a little bit of light, and I've filled it in with a bunch of blocks, so you really can't see it. Like, I mean, if you're going to do that, of course you're going to see it. But you really can't see the glowstone too much. And then we've just got a few little bits. Actually, I've completely missed that piece of land, but there. See what I mean? It makes this area look a little bit brighter at night without being too invasive. And kill that guy. That. Cool. And what I've also done is I've gone ahead and put them in at the back here, so you can obviously see the path I just took to do this. But there we go. Looking good. Small things making a large difference, I think, specifically at night, because I feel like at night we really do kind of forget about it, you know what I mean? You end up doing a bunch of stuff during the day, and you don't build things with too much, like, well, because of this stupid stuff here. Like, how would I ever build at night with this? It's impossible. It's a bit ridiculous. And I mean, of course, you could just light everything up, but then that defeats the purpose of making stuff look good in the dark. You know what I mean? So, pretty pointless. But yeah, I think like little things like this looking pretty damn good, and I'm pretty glad that we can do this to the world. But for today, guys, I think that's gonna do it. I'm glad we got a bit of redstoning stuff done, something small that we haven't done in a while. Oh no, get away from me. Okay, never mind. We'll go in here. But yeah, some small redstone things done that we haven't done in a while, and I enjoy doing little projects like that. But for today, guys, I think that'll do it. So thank you very much for watching, and let's get around. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.